Hi, I'm Samantha Fabien. I'm a New York writing room coach, and I'm also a literary agent at Root Literary. So in my coaching sessions, I really prioritize actionable feedback. So I start all of my sessions asking people if they have specific questions or specific things that they want me to focus on. And then I try to answer and be as specific as possible and add that like actionable element to it. So whether it's about querying, query letters, sample pages, or just the publishing industry overall, I try to have them walk away with a lot of like concrete information that maybe they wouldn't have had access to otherwise. So seeking a literary agent can be a long process. Querying can take time. Some people get agents immediately, sometimes it can take years. But if you're devoted and dedicated to being a published author, having an agent is the best way to do it. They really can think of brand strategy, they can advocate for you, and they know to ask for things that maybe authors don't think of. So it can be a long journey, but it is worth it to have a literary agent support you through that. That's a hard question. I think every project is a favorite project because every time you learn something new, and I'm able to help my clients get one step closer to having their dreams come true. And working in the New York Writing Room, I get to meet a lot of unique people and they have a lot of unique questions and circumstances. And that pushes my brain to think even more creatively and give helpful insights where I can. So growing up, I had lots of family members who lived abroad, and we were all reading the same books, and it didn't occur to me until adulthood that they were reading those books translated in different languages. So after that, I got really interested in understanding how that machine worked, why some books were translated and others weren't. And so once I got involved in that, it's such an interesting side of the business that like I absolutely fell in love with it. There's so many like nuances to it. So yeah, I was excited to be a part of that for a couple years. I think my favorite part is being able to share the knowledge that I've worked really hard to get up until this point. For a lot of the people I book sessions with, they don't really have access to a publishing professional or really understand what the publishing machine looks like. So, getting the opportunity to share what I've learned and the trends that are happening and give as many helpful insights as possible has been really, really great. Publishing is a very opaque industry and like is very secretive for no real reason. So I really like to operate in transparency and pulling back the curtain as much as I can. I had no idea publishing was a thing. I was always a huge reader, like my entire life, and I thought the only way to like monetize my love of writing and reading was to be a journalist. So I graduated college with a journalism degree. But every time I got an assignment, I was filled with dread, and I was like, "Oh God, I have to talk to strangers." And so eventually, I had a bunch of books in my college dorm, and like picked up a bunch of them. And that's when I learned about like Simon and Schuster and HarperCollins. Did a bunch of embarrassing interviews, and someone took pity on me. Was like, "Hey, you're really enthusiastic, which is half the battle," and introduced me to the Columbia Publishing course, and that's was like the first crash course into like all of the different departments. And that's when I realized like publishing was an option for a career. And then it kind of spiraled from there. Every day I get like moments where I'm like, you're actually like doing this. Like I'll go to the library and be like, I've seen all these books. Like I know the people who like helped make these books happen. And that can be like an epic feeling that I don't think anything else can replicate.